From an ominous humanoid creature lurking in the forest to a strange man prowling around a young boy's window, today let us explore 6 terrifying images captured by accident. Number 6. Creeper. This image was captured on a surveillance camera installed by 2 parents in Wellington, New Zealand, after frightening complaints from their son about a man with a torch appearing in his window each night. The boy's parents initially presumed their son's grievances to be the result of a bizarre recurring nightmare. However, they soon became suspicious that it may be something more, after noticing footprints in the snow right outside their son's bedroom window. The morning after they'd installed the surveillance camera, they discovered this image of a man prowling in the backyard, seeming to wander aimlessly while shining a torch. After they had reported the image to police, the parents found out that the man captured on camera was a young teenager with an arrest record for hunting down used cigarette butts in people's backyards. Although we can be thankful that the reason for his prowling wasn't as sinister as we might first imagine, the image is nevertheless disturbing. Number 5. Black-eyed girl. Are you a believer in ghosts? Or perhaps you've had an innate feeling that there are some things in the world that science simply cannot provide an explanation for? If not, you might have a difficult time contemplating a way to explain this series of images captured by a drone in 2015. It was taken in an area of forest which comprised the backyard of some locals residing in Cannock Chase, England. In it, we can observe a young girl who seems to match descriptions of the infamous black-eyed children, a phenomena popularised on Reddit. The girl can be seen standing in a section of forest so thick with trees that it's practically impossible to access, with the exception of a drone. What makes the image further unsettling is that Cannock Chase has for a long time been regarded as being haunted by the spirit of Christine Darby, a young girl whose life was taken in 1967 by one Raymond Leslie Morris. If the mystery of the black-eyed children phenomena interests you, we've previously dedicated an entire video to them, which we'll include in the description below. Number 4. Missing girl discovered on Google Maps. On June the 20th, 1991, JAYCEE Lee DUGARD, an 11-year-old girl living in Antioch, California, went missing on her way to school. For almost 20 years, her whereabouts remained a baffling mystery, until police were finally able to track her location in 2009. This image, captured by aerial photography and transferred to Google Maps prior to JAYCEE's rescue in 2009, reveals how the young woman was able to be held against her will for nearly 2 decades. Clearly shown are a series of tents and sheds which were used to keep JAYCEE hidden and locked away from the world for so long. The Antioch police have since been condemned for failing to notice the unusual arrangement of the perpetrator's backyard sooner, particularly as he had at one time been interviewed by them about DUGARD's disappearance, and further still, his property searched, neglecting to examine his garden. Number 3. Clown in a cornfield. Cornfields don't exactly have the greatest reputation. They are commonly associated in popular culture with horror films, extraterrestrial encounters, and cults. Cornfields are vast, remote, and undoubtedly, one can imagine, quite terrifying to get lost in. And there are indeed many cases of adults and children alike becoming lost in them, never to make it out alive. This series of images was taken by a man filming the landscape over a cornfield with his drone just outside of his town in Huntsville, Alabama. The drone takes off over a field of grass and passes through some woods nearby. However, upon reaching the cornfield, the drone captures something deeply unnerving. A man in a clown costume stares up at the drone, appearing to study it. As the drone moves closer to the man, he appears to get visibly flustered, as if caught in the midst of some nefarious act. A split second later, he turns straight around and races into the nearby woods. Although there isn't much context here to draw any real conclusions from, it is nevertheless highly suspicious and unsettling. Number 2. Alien Visitor. This next image was taken by a group of hikers in Bulgaria. It appears to be a tall humanoid creature lurking discreetly in the thick forest. It was captured on a popular hiking trail through the Rila Mountains near the city of Plovdiv. The group was heading through a densely wooded area along the trail when one of them noticed a peculiar figure standing and staring in the distance. Having a clear view of the figure, and given that none of the other hikers had yet seemed to have spotted it or obstructed his view, he quickly took the opportunity to snap a photo of it. A moment later, it was gone, swiftly sliding behind the trees and disappearing into the woods. It is not until he arrived at home and examined the photo in detail that the creature's form fully came into view. The photo appears to be of a tall, long-limbed grey alien. A zoomed-in section of the photo brings the creature into frightening clarity. Number 1. Photobombing ghost. A group of ghost hunters soon got more than they had bargained for after taking a routine photo at Newsham Park Hospital, one of their haunted hotspots. At first glance, the photo appears to be completely normal. However, take a closer look. There had only been 29 people posing for the shot, and yet 30 faces are seen staring into the lens. Directly in the centre of frame, we can see a distinctly dark and obscure figure. The photo was taken by 45-year-old ghost hunter Philip Barron, just prior to the group heading out to investigate the former mental asylum located in Newsham Park, Liverpool. Nor he or anyone else attending the trip was able to recall having seen her. In fact, no one could even recall anyone standing in that position while the photo was being taken.